Hi, I'm Sarah Wing of Sarah Wing Intuitive Arts, and welcome to Oracle Storytelling. Really cool light beam edition. And happy May! So, I have asked for 4 numbers, 1 through 100, which will be the page numbers of 4 different books, and 4 numbers 1 through 10, which will correlate to the paragraph on that page. Thank you to my brother, hi Chris, for giving me the numbers for today's Oracle Storytelling. So, let us see what is in store. Starters. A selection of flavorful foods would be shared meze style in the family home on the Akrotiri Peninsula in Crete, whenever I visited. We would begin with a fresh tomato and cucumber salad with sweet red onions, sliced fresh feta cheese, and olives. Of course, this was dressed with olive oil from local trees and red wine vinegar from nearby vineyards. Cretan olives were cured a number of different ways, but my favorite was the method my great-uncle Kiriko used. In the storage room behind his house, he would pile olives on a tarp with sea salt harvested from the sun-drenched sea rocks nearby in Stravos. The tide would wash in every 10 days to fill the volcanic pockets with a fresh dose of Mediterranean seawater, conveniently evaporating to provide salt before the next swell. Kiriko's olives were tiny, similar in size to Niçoise olives, but salt-cured with a wrinkled skin. Their taste was extraordinary and very addictive to people and, obviously, merfolk, obviously. Sweet rice with chestnuts. Winter cooking just wouldn't be the same without chestnuts. In desserts, soups, bean and grain dishes are on their own, lightly roasted. They impart a delicate sweetness that brings a smile to everyone's lips. In this dish, combining chestnuts with sweet rice creates a comfortable, warming energy just right for cold winter months. Not to mention that this combination nourishes the middle organs of the body: the stomach, the spleen, and pancreas, helping to alleviate symptoms of hypoglycemia. There are times, of course, when it is appropriate to take decisive control over our lives. Unless we have a hand at the tiller, our craft will drift miles from where we would like it to be. At times, we must be dogged about pursuing our goals. For example, we might want a certain relationship. We might want to end a damaging relationship against the other person's wishes or sentence structure. Think of the reverse situation, however. There is a particular relationship that we want to start. Obviously, in such a case, all we can do is set directions and see if our gentle influence brings events to the desired outcome. We can nudge the tiller from time to time when we feel ourselves drifting off course. But a measure of doubt about where we are going is part of the adventure. Pinch of salt in it. Those nurses somehow knew when the buzzing and beeping around them was serious and when it wasn't. Even as I watched, another alarm went off. A nurse looked up at the board, dropped her chicken wing, and ran down the hall. This time the patient was in crisis, and the nurse had apparently discerned that from not much more than the sound of a beeper and the sight of a flashing light. This phenomenon was repeated again and again. Almost invariably, although, they ignored most of the alarms that went off. The nurses responded whenever a real crisis threatened. Again, I was amazed. But when I asked them how they knew when they should react and when they could afford not to, they looked at me blankly. Every one of them shrugged and answered, "I don't know. I just know." Okay, so in reverse order, the books that I read from today are Awakening Intuition by Mona Lisa Schultz. You can relax and overcome stress. Change your thinking, change your life. Cooking the Whole Foods Way, Christina Perillo. If anyone has ever seen her show on PBS, I don't know if it's like YouTubeable, just it's so good. It's amazing. And they won the only cookbook, Vegetarian Traditions, written by the owner of In Season Cafe, probably my all-time favorite vegetarian restaurant in Michigan. And forgive me, George, for butchering any Greek. Thank you again, Chris. Thank you so much. So what did we learn today? What did we learn from these tales? We learned that if we want to go after something, or if we want to make something that we love, consume something that we love, we should go and do so boldly. And if we want to bake some pears, put them out in the sun, let the tides rush over them and flavor them. And as with life is the same, following our intuition or putting our hand on the till and tiller and doing so boldly, and allowing life to once again wash over us and add that needed treatment, add those added elements. Just trusting that they'll come, but moving boldly and decisively into a delicious direction for our future. So I hope you enjoyed today's Oracle storytelling, and until next time.